Stick Figure Stories presents The Skalskiparmal, or How Thor Got His Hammer, a Norse myth. Once in Asgard, Loki, the trickster god, was bored. And every time when Loki gets bored, he thinks of tricks. While thinking, he suddenly got an idea for a prank. That night, Loki snuck into the room where Sif, the wife of Thor, was sleeping, and he cut off her golden hair, which was said to be the most beautiful of all the goddesses. That morning, when Sif woke up, she realized that her hair was gone. So she ran to tell her husband, Thor. And Thor knew the one person that could do this. So he came to Loki and was about to break every bone in his body. So he came up to Loki and was about to break every bone in his body. So Thor went up to Loki and was about to break every bone in his body. But Loki, being a quick thinker and quick to act, told Thor he could get Sif new hair, plus some other things. Loki went to the sons of Ivaldi, who were said to be good smiths. He told them to make 3 things for the gods, and one of them would have to be Sif's new hair. And Loki, being the trickster god, couldn't help to make a little mischief. He went to the dwarf brothers Brock and Eitri, and he bet his head that they could not make better treasures for the gods than the sons of Ivaldi. So the dwarves went to work. Eitri would work the forge, while his brother Brock would do the bellows. And Eitri told him not to stop pumping the bellows while he was using the forge. The dwarf brothers started off really well, but then a fly, who was really Loki in disguise, landed on Brock. The fly bit Brock's arm and neck. He ignored the bites and kept manning the forge. But then the fly bit on his eyelid, and Brock let go of the forge just for a sec. And since the last item in the forge hadn't been in the fires for a long time, it was flawed. The next day, the dwarves showed off their gifts to the gods. The sons of Ivaldi showed them a wig made of gold that actually acted like real hair, and it fit perfectly on Sif's head and was more beautiful than ever. They gave Odin a spear that would never miss its mark, and for Freyr, they gave him a magic boat that would always have fair winds, and it could also shrink its size and fit into Freyr's pocket like a hanky. Brock and Eitri came up and gave Odin a golden arm ring, and would make 9 duplicates of itself every 9 nights. For Freyr, they gave him a golden bristled boar named Gallenbursty. He was fast and strong and would always pull Freyr's chariot. For Thor, they gave him the hammer Mjolnir, which was actually the item that wasn't completed in the forge, and that part specifically was its handle. But even though the hammer's handle was small, it still had great abilities. Mjolnir would always return to Thor's hand like a boomerang. It was unbreakable, it would kill anything it hits, and it would never miss its target. Seeing Mjolnir, Thor fell in love with his hammer, and the gods declared Brock and Eitri the winners. Eitri went up to Loki to tell him to give him his head. Loki agreed, but then he said he could take his head without hurting his neck. Eitri complained to Odin and the other gods, but they agreed with what Loki said and they allowed it. So Thor went off to protect Asgard and Midgard from the giants and others with his great new hammer, Mjolnir. And Loki got to keep his head and trick some dwarves. But as revenge, the dwarves sewed his mouth shut. The end.
Want to see your favorite legend on Stick Figure Stories? Then put it in the comments below. Also, hit the bell button and the like button. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye!